Hello, plant lovers. Jamie here, and today we are with another video. And guess what? We have this um, Euphorbia trigona, and not doing so good. Doesn't have that much of a rooting system. Something it's not going well. So that's what I'm gonna repot it, put a new potting mix, and just trim some of the old wood that it's over here. It's all dry up. I got this trigona from a friend, and she was saying like, listen, my plant not doing so good. I don't know what to do with it. And I'm like, you know what? Can I see it? And she's just drop it off and the way that it is. I think what's the problem is the pot it's way too big for this um, amount of a rooting system. It doesn't have that much left on it. So I believe that's why it's not doing so good. So I'm gonna keep it with me for a while. I would say like probably for a good 60 days or 2 months in a row. I'm gonna keep it outdoor somewhere over here, which is gonna get some really nice, bright and direct sunlight, and hopefully that'll bounce back again at this beautiful trigona green. So let's get into it. So I have pretty much everything ready to go. I have my pots there. I have my potting mix over here in a big aluminum container. And what I use mostly again for to repot any plants or most of my plants, it's a potting mix, which already supposed to be ready to go, but I always like to add some perlite and orchid mix, so that kind of gives me that nice chunky mix for a good draining for the plants, and it's for what I can tell based on my experience, it's really easy to water when the potting mix it's not really compact. Once you water, it'll drain right through it, and you might gonna have to water a little bit more often than if you wouldn't have that much of perlite and orchid mix. But for me, it makes a big difference with the plants. So that's what I like about it. All right, so let's get into it. I have two different pots. I'm not so sure which one is gonna fit. I just got them from obviously one of those big box store, and I just drove by and grab a couple of them. That's what I have. So I'm gonna figure out which one it would be the best because this one it's way too big for what I can tell. So I'm gonna put this a little bit on the side over here. Make sure that I don't cause any damage. Because that's not the idea. The idea is to make this plant to look good again. So if you see, this is just too much. I mean, like, yeah. So I'm gonna see if I can use one of those pots. And for what I can tell, the potting mix it's really good. I don't know why it's not doing so good. It has some, I guess that's from a squirrel. And she has another baby plant over here, which I'm gonna remove after um, and just put next to it as it was before. Make sure that we're matching for what it was before. All right, so I'm gonna figure out which one. Obviously, this plant is gonna be the right pot. This one, I believe, it's gonna be. I don't know if that's gonna sit there and stay in place due to it's a little bit tall, and then I don't know if that's gonna hold well. Probably if I do this, and yes, but so this one it's not so much, but I'm gonna try it anyway. I'm gonna add some, but this one looks like much better than the small one. So let's see. I'm gonna put it over here. Make sure that no damage. All right. So as you can see, the potting mix it's really loose. Has perlites and orchid potting mix to make sure that it's gonna be draining really easy for the plant. So let's see how this gonna do this one. But obviously I want to trim some of all those. uh, I'm not worried about the mess that I'm doing over here because I'm on an outdoor, so no worries. It's gonna go on grass, so no problem whatsoever. All right, let's okay, and let's see, because these ones are not doing any good anymore. Not gonna help the plant. It's gonna have to put out a new root system to bounce back again, and hopefully in the next 2 or 3 months, I'm gonna be displaying a beautiful trigona. So that's what the idea is about it. I would say like this pot it's definitely too small because it's not gonna keep it in place. But I'm gonna try obviously. If not, then I'll move to the next pot because that's what it's gonna need. There you go. I don't use really fancy tools to do those, to repot a plant. Just use the same little small pot that you have around, and then. But if you have, something else to plant your to repot your plants, and that makes things much easier for you, then absolutely why not? All right, so this one it looks like it's holding pretty good. So that's what I say. So that's why I got this small little pot, and I got this. I believe this one is it that's an 8 inches. So this one has to be a 6 inches, obviously. And it looks like this is what it's gonna be. Uh, I don't wanna I don't wanna put it in a bigger pot again because it's gonna have so much water, and probably it's not gonna help at all at the end. So I'd rather have a small one and just be little mindful with the watering, and hopefully this is gonna bounce back again in next year, next season, because now we're almost at the end of the summertime. So we're almost at the end of August, so it's gonna be in September already. So from there, September and October, then it's done. So next year it'll grow again, and then I just probably gonna move to this one, and I don't know if um, I'm sure it's gonna do well, but that's what the idea is. All right, so this wasn't really that much of a work because it was already out of the pot, mostly, and I just have to. I have some mosquitoes over here, which I guess my blood it's really testy for them, so that's why they're going around. um, and okay, I'm just gonna center a little bit this uh, euphorbia, and I just always like to tap a little bit, press it down, make sure that everything is nice and tight, so the plant won't be bouncing around. And every time that you move or you water the plant, if you have to bring it to the sink or whatever the case might be. But if yeah, there you go, it just needs a little bit more, uh, because this is gonna settle in the future anyway. As right now it might look like I'm adding a little bit way too much, but it always um, it's gonna settle down, and then that all gives enough room for indoor watering. And then I have all the potting mix running off the pot, and done. That's how easy it's to repot a plant. Nothing crazy. This is gonna be sitting over here, getting all that beautiful indirect sunlight. Yeah, the mosquito was really having fun on my hand, so now it's a little itchy. So that's all so that's what I'm doing as right now. I don't know. It has some also small baby plants over here, which I don't know what that is. Why is it? There's so many of them. No idea what that could be. Those one, and it's hard to tell what they are because I don't know what she has at home. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I wanna put it there without knowing what it is. And she's gonna live on the side over here. Um, and I got those little babies over here. This one is looks like some sort of a aloe, and she's just it's a little funny. She just left it there on the corner, and you know let the plant to do whatever she wants. Or probably that was a gift that she got from somebody else, and um, that's why she has it over here. But it's not doing that good. She's gonna yeah, but they have some really good nice wood over here, but I guess she's not taking care enough. That's why the plant is not doing that good. But no problem. That's why I'm gonna repot it. Keep it here for a while, and after that, once it'll bounce back again, and then I'm probably gonna give it back to her again so she can have it whatever she was keeping it. Uh, this one looks really fun. I mean, I don't know. So I'm not gonna trim anything out of this one because it barely has some roots over here, which I'm gonna place it right on this corner. So now I have way too much potting mix because I have to stick this little aloe somewhere over here, and that'll stays there and grow out of the pot. Okay, all right. Just have to make a small hole with the finger, and it all sits where I need it. Okay, good. So since it's a very small aloe, I'm just gonna leave it there, and then it's gonna do its thing by putting on new root, and it's gonna be a little tough to put some potting mix back there. But no problem. Always a solution. Just have to squeeze a little bit. No problem. Good thing about this Euphorbia trigona that it doesn't have those really heavy spikes, so you can manage your hands around without getting poked. And now I'm just gonna press it down a little bit. Make sure that it's tight between them, and then it's not gonna fall down when I move the plant around. All right, so yeah, you see that's how it fits there. So it looks like it's hanging off the pot. So yeah, I don't know. It looks like it gave a really nice touch. So it's kind of, especially with the color. It was red because that's the way that uh, it was for sale, obviously, and then now it's kind of hanging out of the pot with this little grow, and it has all new babies. So hopefully those babies are gonna start growing uh, back again. All right, so it's pretty much done. This is way too big for the plants I mean for the euphorbia that she had over here. I mean this is the plant is way too big for this euphorbia. It's not because of the size of the plant. It's mostly because of the rural system that it has. It doesn't have the enough for to be on the in this big pot. So that's why it's not doing so good. But now that it's been repotted, it's gonna be here outdoor. So I'm 100% sure that it's gonna bounce back again. So I'm gonna keep you posted. So stay tuned for the update and see how the uh, the euphorbia trigona is gonna turn out. And thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for more videos and keep your plant happy.